Hi guys, I'm Oldinato and thank you for buying my vintage travel journal. Um, as you can see, there are various tutorials, videos for this template. I broke them down so that you don't have to see the whole tutorial from beginning to end, or you don't have to see, it's easy to find certain aspects you want to change, so you can see that tutorial according to what you need. I recommend that you see all the videos, all the tutorials. This first one is just an introduction to how the project works, and I've taken a lot of notes so that I can try and make this as easy as possible to explain and for you guys to understand. First of all, let me apologize. Some of these things are a bit more complicated than your basic After Effects template editing. I tried to do some different things in this template, and I couldn't find a really easy way to make it editable in some aspects. So you guys are going to have to forgive me for that. And another thing is, it's a very large project. It's 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes and a half. So when it comes to rendering, I also have a tutorial explaining how to render this the best way. It's a very large project, so keep in mind, even if each frame is very fast to render, it'll take a long time to render, 5 hours, 6 hours, maybe even more, depending on the machine that you're working on. So keep that in mind. As for the organization of this template, as you can see, I have the final render folder here, which has this final composition here is your final render. In this one, you'll be able to put your music and the final scenes. It's basically all the scenes of all the scenes, all the pages, all the maps, all the single individual scenes that they're built up, so you know where they are. And just in case you want to change those, I'm also going to make a tutorial explaining how to create your own timeline, how to edit that. I've made this one this long because it's easier for you to take things out than put them in. So that's this main scene, this final scenes here has all the scenes that are included. I've also included a few fonts in this template. So there is a text file that will explain where you can download those, and the link to the plugin SureTarget 2, which is a free plugin for this template, and it's also got a link explaining where you can download that one. And just checking my notes here. Okay, well, in the Edit Me folder, you'll see all the photos of that I used for this preview. So, and this template is divided in a few scenes. As you can see, here has your intro scene, which has your logo. I'm not going to explain how to change anything in this specific tutorial. There are tutorials in the folder that will explain how to edit these things. This is just to explain you how I've organized the template. And as you can see, it has these blue ones. These blue ones are the scenes that I actually filmed with the book and all the objects. So these are the scene 1, and here in the middle you have a middle scene just to introduce the maps, so it doesn't just jump from pictures to maps, and just makes it interesting about in the middle of before you introduce a map, which is these orange ones. Have this one look nice. And the last scene, which is the closing of the book, and so those are the scenes that I actually filmed. The green ones are actually double pages. I'm just going to click in here so you can actually see what I'm talking about. These are double pages. I'm going to click in here so you know what I'm talking about. these are double pages, like page 1 and page 2, and the camera just flies from one picture to another and another, and so on and so on. So keep in mind that these are page 1 and 2, page 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and so on and so on. I've done this all the way to page 9 and 10. And then these pink ones are single scenes. It's just one scene with one photo, so it doesn't have the whole page, it's just this. So you just, so I can mix it up a bit, so it's just not always the same camera movement. We have an extra scene with just the picture in it, and another one with just a picture in it. So that makes it editing more interesting. And of course, the maps. The maps are, as you will see further ahead, probably the most complicated thing here to explain how to edit these, but I have a special tutorial just explaining how to edit maps. Okay, so basically in the Edit Me folder you have all the photos for the single pages, which are these pink ones, all the photos of page 1 and 2, all the photos of page 3 and 4. As you can see, they're all organized here. And in the maps, we have all the photos that were used for map 4, which is this one. This is a 4-point because it goes to 4 destinations, or it leaves 1, goes to 1, and so on and so on for 4. And the other map here is the 6-point destination. So you have the photos for the 4-point destination, and we have the pictures for the 6-point destination. And the pages here are just a reference, so you can actually, you want to see a page, all the photos are right over here, but if you want to see the page, you can just click here, page 1 and 2, you can see the full pages, 3 and 4, so on and so on. The middle scene, page select, is actually the book that has these pages. I'm going to show you, you can just edit those and change whatever pages you want to show up here. And in the intro pages, we have page 1, which is the first page, and the second page, page 2, which are page 1 and 2, but you can change those. Page end, which is this page that says the end, in the end scene, and page last, which is the last page with actual photos. It's the end scene, so this is the, when the book closes, this is the last page, and this is the end page. So basically that's how this is organized. And as for page elements, these are all the elements that I used to actually create the pages. So all the paper, the photo frames, the little notes and clips and stamps and everything, that's all in here. So you can, if you decide, if you're a more experienced worker in After Effects, you can actually just mess around with that if you want. If you want to create new pages, I'm also creating a tutorial to explain how to create a new page and how you can edit those. And in the scenes, we have all the camera edits. At this point, I'm just explaining how the template is organized. Depending on your level, or depending on how much you want to change this template, is how much you're going to go into these. These are the page 1 and page 2. This is actually the camera movement for page 1 and page 2. And those are also the scenes we have here. The final scenes that are in here are in the camera edits, which are these for the page 1, page 2, and page 3, page 4. The filmed scenes are right over here. These blue ones are right over here. And the intro, which is this one, and the maps, which are those two that you've seen, the orange ones. And the single photo pages are these pink ones. And so those are the scenes and where they're located. If you want to create your own timeline, you come and get them here and you build them up as I will explain in a future tutorial. As for the introduction to this template, this is it. Check out the other tutorials regarding specific edits. Thank you.